Okay, so to get decorating for today, I first need to take care of some mom duties. So I have lunch cooking in the kitchen, and while that's warming up, I am going to get a head start on my table with some of my spring decor. I have all my kids playing outside. It's wacko world out there. So they are getting out all of their winter wiggles. It gets really cold here in Utah, and so this has been one of the first days that they can go out and get some energy out. They're shooting hoops, they're running around, they're screaming at each other, and it is, like I said, wacko world out there. So after lunch, they're gonna go back outside, and then I'm gonna finish decorating in the kitchen, and I really want to have you guys come along with me. It'll be great. So let's get started. So to start out, we are going to be working on my table, more specifically my everyday setup. This is where I like to keep my napkins. I thrifted this item that's holding my napkins, and I have had this floral arrangement for about 2 years. It's from Big Lots, and then these cute little bunnies I just added to my collection this year, and they are from Hobby Lobby. They were a 3-pack for about $5. Next, I'm going to hang my banner. My banner I've had for at least 9 years. It's probably one of the oldest pieces I still have left from my collection over the years. I used to have a lot more items, but without going into too many details, my box of spring decor had a bunch of glass items in it and it wasn't handled with care, and majority of my things broke, and that was back in 2020. And so ever since then, I have been trying to rebuild my collection of spring items, which I'm not exactly complaining about, but it was a little sad that not very many things from my past Easters and springs made it past that year. Okay, this next part I think turned out to be the most basic but the cutest decor that came from this video, really. It was just a thrifted basket that I had found, and I like to hang it on the side of my cabinetry, and then I just placed some dollar store lavender in there, and the lavender was on point this year. Let me tell you, you know as well as I do that sometimes the Dollar Tree florals just aren't it. They just don't hit the mark. And I will have to tell you that these actually did. I thought they turned out so pretty, and when I'm cooking, I love looking up at this floral arrangement. I didn't clip anything. All I did was take off the tags, fluff the flowers, and then just place them inside the basket, and it turned out so simple, but so cute. Okay, next up, I am going to be decorating my tiered tray. This took me a little bit of time. I didn't really know how I wanted to decorate it. I really do just play with the tiered tray part of the decorating so much that it just keeps changing and changing. And so I did edit out some of it because it was a little repetitive, but I just wanted to make sure that I'd tried all the options that I could think of and then settle on what I thought was best. And so here I have a few of the items that I showed you in my spring haul a few videos ago. And I loved the way that this little picture, I guess you could call it, that had the little blue bunny on it from my video. It turned out so cute. I ended up placing those little miniature Easter eggs inside of it, and it was so fun. That's actually turned out to be my kids' favorite Easter decoration, are those eggs. They were just so playful and fun. And then here again, I have those cute little bunnies. I picked out a pair of brown ones and a pair of white ones. And these are right at the top of favorite Easter decor for my kids. These little bunnies have just been so playful and fun. They've just added cute little touches, and they have sweet little faces on them. And then these tulips I got from the Target dollar spot probably a year or two ago. Actually, I think it was just last year. And I ended up picking up more this year that were a softer yellow, so I ended up replacing those out. And I just really like the softer yellow, especially this year. It just seemed to go with my decor better. But here I'm just, switching it around, trying to figure out what I like. But if you notice, I just keep stepping back and, taking it all in as a whole instead of just looking at one specific spot and just trying to get a feel for how it feels cohesively, if it's going together or not. And that really helps with perspective. Another thing is what I recommended in one of my last videos was to either take a picture of it and look at the picture, because that will actually help you point out to yourself what it is that isn't that cohesive feel, or if something's off, you know what to change. It really does help. I highly recommend it. And then, if you don't want to go through that trouble, you can just, again, take a step back and get a feel for how it feels all together, or if it feels balanced or off balance, but just keep playing with it and don't get too frustrated with yourself. This is supposed to be a fun process and enjoyable, and for me, it's actually pretty relaxing. Next up, I'm just adding this little ribbon. It's actually a scrap piece of ribbon that I had left over. There wasn't very much on it. It was from the Dollar Tree, and I hadn't gotten any spring ribbon yet, so I thought I would just add this for now, but I have since changed it. I went to Hobby Lobby and I picked up a few different types of ribbon with wire in it, and I have pulled this off and put on the blue gingham ribbon that I got. So I'm curious, how many of you still continue to tweak your decor throughout, each holiday season and just keep making little changes here? Maybe you see that you might like it a different way. I am guilty of that. I still continue to tweak and change. Generally, I'm pretty much settled, but there'll be small changes that I'll make throughout the holiday season. Also, I wanted to pick your guys' brains about Easter traditions that you have. What kind of traditions did you grow up with that you've continued with your children? I was just made aware of a new tradition that I want to try out, possibly this year if I can make it happen. But it is from my friend Allie, and she said that her mom, growing up, would leave this duck out, and the duck would lay Easter eggs with treats inside, and every day there would be something new and something to look forward to. And I thought that was so fun. And I thought maybe I could add on to that and add in like a Christian little scripture paper inside, or something that will help bring the holiday still centered around Christ and his resurrection. And so, yeah, some other things that we've always included into our traditions is I really do think it's fun to have my kids get a chicken that lays bubblegum eggs. I've had success in finding really good ones at Hobby Lobby, so I will be returning there and seeing if they have any. But the ones that you just push down on and the egg falls out, my kids think it's hilarious. They think that the chicken is pooping eggs, which we all know is not the case, but nonetheless, it is a lot of fun. Some other traditions that I was brainstorming about, because I've really been trying to center these Christian holidays more around Christ, including Christmas. And so some ideas that I'm going to start this year are, because my husband's Peruvian, they love ceviche, and that is my kids' favorite way to eat fish. So I wanted to incorporate fish and bread to remind us of the Sermon on the Mount and the different miracles that Jesus performed. Of course, traditionally, Peruvians don't eat bread with their ceviche, but I thought it would be fun to sort of bring in those two elements and have that conversation with my kids at the table. And so I felt like it would not only remind us of the Sermon on the Mount and the miracles, but also when Christ had asked us to be his disciples and be fishers of men. And so I just thought it was a genius idea.
And you would do it again, do it again, do it again. Do it again and we won't end up as friends. Do it again, do it again, do it again. I trusted you once, but I won't do that again. Again, babe. I won't do that again.
If you got any homemaking value out of this video, I would appreciate your support by tapping the like button, and I would love to see your pictures of your spring decorating or Easter traditions. So tag me over on Instagram at homemaking.withlizzie so I can highlight your pictures in my reels, or share your pictures down below in the comments. And until next time, thanks for stopping by, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.